I got a pen. Hello friends. So PAX West just came and went this last weekend and I have absolutely lost my voice. So we're going to be a little more low-key, a little cozier here than normal because I cannot really exert my voice beyond this speaking volume. PAX West was an amazing experience. I met lots of very cool people, including some internet friends who got to actually meet face to face for the first time. That was awesome. And of course, at the Nintendo booth at PAX West, they had, among a few other games, a playable demo for Echoes of Wisdom, which I managed to get through twice. It's the Zelda lineup. We're going into the Echoes of Wisdom demo. It's gonna be fun. We've been peeking behind the curtain the whole time waiting. I can't, but look, we're so close. So I just wanted to share with you guys my thoughts from what I played of the demo, which was a very early story segment of the game. I would guess it's not the start of the game, but a little bit into the game. If this were Twilight Princess, it would be like starting as Wolflink in the Hyrule Castle dungeon. So some story stuff has happened, but we were kind of jumping into this early game moment. Similar to that. So the demo starts in the Hyrule Castle dungeon and Zelda is locked away. Small story related stuff. Go ahead and skip to the timestamp on screen if you want to avoid any of that. The reason given for Zelda being imprisoned here is that the king is an imposter and not the real king, and that imposter king has accused Zelda of opening the rifts, and so Zelda was locked away. There is also very brief mention of her being scheduled for execution, which is crazy to me. We have already met Tri by this point of the demo, but I think it's like immediately after meeting her because we're just getting the tutorial of using the Tri rod. A little later we run into Impa and Zelda actually mentions Tri, and it seems Impa cannot perceive or see Tri, only Zelda can. A big thing I wanted to mention as well was that I did not see or notice any of the lag or performance issues that the Link's Awakening remake for Switch that game had. I love Link's Awakening. By the way, that game is wonderful, but the Switch remake does have some performance issues, specifically when you're transitioning areas for a second or two when it's loading a new area. Nothing that's like game breaking, but it's noticeable. I didn't see it a single time during the 30 minutes of Echoes of Wisdom gameplay I got to have. There is a cool little escape sequence through the castle, which has various different ways to solve puzzles. I opted to make boxes to sort of climb over these shelves, but I did see other puzzle solutions that looked really interesting. I saw someone using boxes to basically trap the guards in a certain area so that they couldn't catch Zelda. I also saw people climbing into clay pots and hiding in them, sort of Wind Waker Forsaken Fortress style with the barrels in that game. So there was lots of different ways to go about these, and they all felt like sort of a quote-unquote intended way, which was really cool to have sort of multiple different solutions without it feeling like you're ever really breaking the game either. I think it was a very good balance. There were also some puzzles that seemed somewhat physics-based. I needed boxes to float on the water, and then later I needed some boxes to sink. So I had to use something like a heavy stone or a potted shrub to weigh the box down. So that was kind of like a neat little moment. Unlike any other 2D or top-down Zelda, there is lock-on targeting in this game. So when you want to, say, throw a boulder or throw a rock at an enemy, you can hold ZL and target an enemy. It works exactly like it does in 3D Zelda games. I found a lot of different ways to deal with the very simple enemies that I was encountering, including summoning sea urchins as like a protective barrier that the enemies would just kind of jump into, or hurling rocks at enemies, or just summoning other enemies. So there's different ways to sort of approach that combat, but again, felt very fair, not game breaking, because all of these summons, all of these echoes have a sort of cost to them. You can only summon so many at a time, right? As for like creating echoes, the game sort of exists largely on a grid, which you can't really tell normally, but when you're doing echoes, they're sort of snapped to a grid placement, and that's good. I actually think that's really good because it makes things feel a little more sort of intuitive in a way. When you rest in one of the beds, it actually will restore your hearts. So I tested this. I let an enemy hit me intentionally so that I could take damage, and then I killed the enemy, made an echo of a bed, and rested, and sure enough, my hearts did refill. After escaping from the castle dungeon, I made my way around a beach called Southern Beach, and then to an adjacent village called Southern Village. That's Suthorn, Southern Village. Talking to some of the NPCs that I spoke to there, this is actually the village that Link is from. It's Link's hometown. One of the characters made a reference to Link being someone who helped the village in any scenario, be it from monsters to weeds. Wink and a nudge to the grass-cutting shenanigans that almost every Zelda player has done at some point. I did just get a little nosy and poked around through some of the maps and menus and stuff. There's a lot of key item slots, so I think there will be a lot of things to collect and pick up, and new abilities that we haven't seen yet. So we'll see what else the game has in store, but I'm really excited for Echoes of Wisdom. Overall, the game plays just really nicely. It feels very much like old meets new in a lot of ways, and I think they've struck a delicate but very precise balance to achieve that feeling. The gameplay was very smooth. Like I said, no lag or performance issues that I could see. I definitely got vibes from like various different Zelda games, this sort of intangible, familiar element to it that I thought was really nice and very charming. The demo was about 15 minutes. I played it twice, so I played about a half hour, so pretty good amount to gauge sort of how the game would feel, how it would play. I came away feeling very positive, very excited for the full game. It's very cool, even though I'm not sure how I feel about the ability to sort of just temporarily become Link, which was shown in one of the trailers. That wasn't in the demo I played at all, but it was in the trailers. So the game comes out, of course, on the 26th. That's only in a few weeks. I hope you enjoyed this sort of pre-launch thoughts about the game, about the half hour that I got to play. I'm really excited for this game again, feeling very positive about it. Thanks for watching this video. Quick thank you goes out to my channel members and Patreon supporters, including Greymage, Brenda, Tetra, Justin, Midnight, Naomi, Bunny, Stefan, Avery, and their ATHDs, and all of the other names who you're seeing on screen right now. You guys are awesome. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Don't forget to drink lots of water. Bye-bye. So much space here. No one wants to play Star Wars because they want to play Zelda.